Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, you folks, I'm playing a video series of videos I've been doing for a while now. We're going to go over there and try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. Anybody else like me, you're over there, you're younger, maybe you're family member would go over there, go to like a supermarket early in the morning, go over there, get some Entenmann's coffee cake, big old thing, put it on the kitchen table, just have a big old thing of it and be all crummy and, not crummy, but like, actual crumbs and, frosting, and it's delicious. Those are some wonderful memories for myself. But anyway, I'm inside the truck. I'm going to go over there and talk about some stuff that I've eaten. That's how I do things. While I'm doing so, today I get to wear a cool shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing? We're doing boom! It's my Zima Blue shirt, which is a animated short from the series Love, Death, and Robots. If you have not seen Love, Death, and Robots, please go watch Love, Death, and Robots. It is, not only is it just fantastic storytelling, there's something for everybody. It's typically sci-fi related, albeit there's, certain fantasy ones and stuff like that too, where basically they take typically like short stories and stuff, and they just bring them to life through different types of animation styles. Some of them are incredibly exceptional. All of them are really good. I have never had one where I felt like it was bad. There's just some that kind of hit me more than others. Zima Blue is the one for me. I love this one. But anyway, going back to Crumb stuff that I was talking about, folks. What am I trying for y'all today? Well, I just got through doing a review of Boom, some pineapple frozen yogurt, or as we all call it in civilized world, Frogurt, from Menchie's. You can see it. And I alluded to it. Oh no, I got a second one, because boom, we got another one, boom! But specifically, boom, what the hell is this, folks? This is cinnamon crumb cake Frogurt. I had to get pineapple because it's pineapple and I'm Brandon Wenzel. If I don't do pineapple, I'm not actually Brandon Wenzel anymore. I'm some sort of pod person. But this was their limited edition item. So I'm guessing it's maybe a monthly thing or something like that. I don't go to Menchie's too often. This is, in fact, I believe my second go of it. First time around was a few years ago. But they are a place that they're kind of around some places I occasionally go to, just not as frequently as I used to. But man, oh man, like the pineapple one was freaking stellar. Go watch my full review of that. So I'm imagining that this is going to be pretty fantastic. Let's go ahead and give it a shot, folks, before it gets all super duper melty and such. It's like soft serve, and it's wonderful and it's creamy. Hopefully it'll be super tasty. Oh, man. The Frogurt itself is rich and creamy. It's perfectly done. The flavor is this wonderful, like, buttery, cinnamony mix. Where it's like, it has almost like a savory aspect to it. And then there's just this wonderful cinnamon flavor going. Like, I picked the perfect two. Because with the pineapple one, it's fruity and it's acidic and it's fresh tasting. With this is kind of decadent. This is some stuff where it's like, yeah, you taste the trying to think of the word I want. You're tasting the indulgence. That's the word I was looking for. And I'll be honest with you, it does. I came up with that whole notion about the coffee cake thing. Like, that was a real thing, by the way. That was, definitely a thing that happened in my life when I was younger. But that was just something I came up with on the fly. But it genuinely does kind of take me back a little bit, to sort of like a cinnamon, like a cinnamon type coffee cake or something like that. And it's rich without being like sickeningly so. Because like I said, there's like a buttery aspect to it. That could be good, but only in small doses. I don't feel that that's the case. I think that even though it is a little bit decadent, it is a bit indulgent, the fact that it's, frozen yogurt instead of maybe something heavier like an ice cream, I think lets you kind of get away with it. Not as much as the pineapple, because the pineapple, I think I could probably eat that all day. I'd die, but it would be a worthwhile death. People would write songs about me, I'm sure. This is super good, though. And I couldn't tell you what the hell it was the first time I went to Menchie's that I got. That was, like I said, a few years ago. But I will say this. With this being my second go now, 2 questions have to be asked, folks. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. And I think that, like I said, I think these are 2 perfect dichotomies, the 2 that I got, because this is like a dessert, and I think that it perfectly fits that mold. It's indulgent. It's got this wonderful aspect to it where it's indicative of what it's calling itself. It's specifically, they call it a cinnamon crumb cake. I 100% get that. It doesn't feel like they're bullshitting me. So, whereas with the other one, with the pineapple one, it's like a frozen treat. And it might seem like a different thing, like it's the same thing, but I don't think it is. Because a frozen treat's just something you just pick up whenever. And it's something you just want something cold and, but you don't want it to be too heavy. You don't want to, feel, like it's too indulgent. Whereas with this, you're indulging a bit. Not an obscene amount, but for those reasons, I would absolutely get this again. And I don't like it. I mean, if I'm choosing between the 2, the pineapple wins because it's pineapple. I love pineapple. But this is still exceptionally good. So I would definitely get either of these flavors again. And would I recommend it? Yes. Like I said, it's a limited edition flavor. I don't know if it's at all the Menchies or how that whole thing works. But if you happen to see it at one, do not fret, folks, because this fat guy wearing a Zima Blue t-shirt, he went over there and he took one for you, and he's here to let you know this is super good. And you get spoons. They're like happy spoon people, spoons. So, both super good. I'm very happy. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your, and folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly nostalgic coffee cake rest of your life, okay? Because, folks, you don't have to go over there and let that tradition die. Maybe you're an adult now. I mean, I specifically have to mark my videos as not being for children, but I don't know who the hell gets on them. But some of you are adults, I know. Some of you I know in person. You can always go over there, folks. You can always go over there and get yourself a nice pre-made coffee cake. Put that thing down. Make the family's morning. It's a good time. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, that's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. That's why I put try at the very beginning of it. That's very deliberate. The world can be very stressful, very distressing. We can become very emotional. And, I mentioned this a little bit in the pineapple one. But today was a little bit of an emotional day for me. I was actually, before doing this, about an hour ago, I was attending the funeral of a coworker who I worked with for 6 years. And, that got me a little bit emotional. I'm not going to lie. And, it didn't make me want to be an asshole. But at the same time, things like that, even if they are sadness or, frustration or whatever, these things can go over there and lead us to be difficult with the people around us, and sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you need that. But when those situations occur, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in your life. Hopefully you do better for yourself and for those around you. It's really important. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Now, folks, I'm going to do kind of a similar thing with the pineapple thing in light of the situation, that, like I said, I just talked about. I'm not going to come up with a crazy, wacky scenario. Go over there, folks. Whatever you're doing, wherever you find yourself watching this video, hopefully this video is not only, entertaining, maybe a little informative. I don't know what people get out of my videos, if I'm honest with you. But hopefully the main message of positivity comes through, and hopefully you have yourself a fantastic, whatever you're doing in your life. And I hope that this video finds you well, and, that all of you and yours are doing great. Anyway, folks, I'm going to tap out on this one. I'm going to eat some Frogurt. Bye.